Okay, we're at the bottom of page 6 on our 6.2 notes. We were just finishing up C, and I was explaining that the negative goes outside. It does not have a part of any of the radical stuff. You can see it's not in parentheses. So we did the cube root of 27, and then outside parentheses the 2, and then the negatives outside that. We did the cube root of 27 is 3, and I put it in parentheses, and then squared, and then the negatives out in front. And we learned that means one negative and two threes. One negative is negative, 3 times 3 is 9. So the answer would be negative 9. The only way it would be positive 9 is if that negative was inside the parentheses, but it is not, so it is negative 9. A lot of students miss that one on the test because of the sign. So they put the negative in there, but you can see it has nothing to do with the radical. This is the radical part. This just says whatever your answer is, change the sign. That's what a negative outside parentheses means. Whatever you to get from working that out, change the sign at the end. So I got 9, change the sign, negative 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. So if you haven't already worked this one, you should, because the one on the test is almost identical. So go ahead and shut off the video if you haven't already done it. If you have, let's just go ahead and check. So this one is 5th root of 32. And then outside parentheses is the numerator, negative 2. And remember how I said you want to memorize the 5th root of 32 is 2. You should know that right off the top of your head, because look how many times we've already seen it. Twice just on this page and more on other pages. So 5th root of 32, if we look above, is 2. So this is 2 to the negative 2. But here's where chapter 4 comes back into play. I have a negative exponent. Whenever I have a negative exponent, I reciprocate the base. The reciprocal of 2 over 1 is 1 over 2. And then the exponent becomes positive. So it travels with the 2 down and becomes positive. So you can see that is now 1/4. Okay, so everybody remember that about negative exponents. Put it under 1, exponent becomes positive, write your answer. So it does not mean the answer will be negative, it just means reciprocate your base to make the exponent positive. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next page. Remember how I said I like to put variables on the test? Because then students can't do it with the calculator. Well, here it is. So here we have denominators of 3, so that's the 3rd root, and then this is 3 to the 1st, m to the 8th, so 3 to the 1st, m to the 8th goes under the 3rd root. I don't do that step, I just see those are the same, so I put them both under the 3rd root, and it's 3 to the 1st left over, m to the 8th, because remember the exponents come from the numerator of the fraction. The index comes from the denominator. So that's changing from rational exponents into radical notation. Now they want us to do the opposite, change from radical notation into rational exponents. So the 4 is outside, so it has nothing to do with the radicals, hence the parentheses. So this is 8x4 y3 5 over 7. So the power is the numerator, the index becomes the denominator, the 4 stays out in front because it's not a part of the radical. So let's practice. So for number 3, convert to radical notation. So right now it's called rational exponents. They want us to change to a radical. So my index is going to be 5. And underneath 2x in parentheses. And whatever the power is, that goes here. So the numerator is the power, the denominator is the index. Not bad, right? This one, why don't you go ahead and stop the video and see if you can do it, because that one is missed a lot on the test. So just try it, write it in pencil underneath if you're not sure, but try it, because that's the best way to learn is from making mistakes. So -2 does not have a fractional exponent. Hence, when I go to write the answer, it should not be under the radical, and that's what most students do wrong. They treat it like it's this problem. Now, if it was this problem, yes, it would go under the radical, but it's not that problem. The -2 does not have a fractional exponent, so it will not go under the radical. That means it goes out in front of the radical, just like the 4 was in front, because it didn't have a fractional exponent. So just like the one above. So no fractional exponent, out in front. No fractional exponent, so out in front. So really the radical part's only going to come from here. So the denominator is the index, 5th root of, and then x, and its power is 2. That one I would put stars by, because I cannot tell you how many people write -2x squared underneath. But the -2 does not have a fractional exponent. The exponent only goes with what's right in front of it, and the only thing that's in front of it is an x. The -2 has its own little exponent of 1. So it's out in front, 5th root, x squared. Now this one, notice it's not out in front, it's in parentheses. See how there's no parentheses here? This one's in parentheses, so all of it goes with that fractional exponent, which we know is a radical. So square root, so we take whatever the denominator is, that goes in the index, and then we write 9y6, and the power that goes with it is the numerator, 3. So see the difference between these, and that's why I put them side by side, so you can see when there's parentheses, all of that's under the radical, and radicals are produced from fractional exponents. So when you have a fractional exponent, that tells you there will be a radical. But here there's no parentheses, so the -2 does not go under the radical, only the x. So see the difference? Everything under the radical because of parentheses, only the x under the radical because no parentheses. So that we were going from rational exponents to radical notation. Now we're going to do just the opposite. So convert each expression to rational exponents. Ooh, I think my gray's done. So the 2 is kind of like this problem, isn't it? See how the 2's out in front? So we have 2. 7x is underneath the radical, so it should be in parentheses, just like this one. The 2 should not be in parentheses because it's not part of the radical. Now we have to decide what 7x's power is. So we know it has to be a fraction. That's what makes radicals. And you have to remember that this is really to the first, so it would be 1/3. So 2 stays out in front, has nothing to do with it. Since all of this is under the radical, I put it in parentheses. Its power is 1. That goes in the numerator. The index goes in the denominator. So go ahead and try the next 2. Turn off the video, try the next 2, and see if you can get those. Okay, so this x cubed is not under the radical, so don't give it a fractional exponent. So let's write this bigger. So this is the fourth root of 6 to the first, and then x cubed's outside. Okay, everybody agree this is the same thing as that? I just spread it out a little bit. So this as a rational exponent would be 6 to the 1/4. And that x to the third doesn't change. It just stays the same. So you have to be very careful about what's under the radical and what's not. What's not under doesn't change. The 2 stayed 2. The x cubed stayed x cubed. Just what's under becomes a fractional exponent. Power over index. Power over index. And last, we have a squared plus b squared with an index of 2. So this one's tricky because of the plus sign. So we have to write it like this. So think of it like this, and there's an imaginary power of 1 outside. So then that would be power over index. So we can't do each one separately, like 2 over 2, 2 over 2, because of the plus sign. So we have to treat it as one quantity raised to the first power, and then it's 1 over 2, power over index. And that would be your answer. In the next video, we'll go over these properties. So we're going to stop here for this.